Hi, this is hi. This is Kianis, and welcome to the first video of many. I hope it'll be many of videos that I'm making to complement my blog, Key Creative Studio at blogspot.com. I use that blog as pretty much my lesson notes for my students for my drawing workshop that I hold here in Tokyo. And I didn't have any video material to go. Every now and then I might do like a time lapse video or something like that, but I didn't really get anything in terms of me actually demonstrating real time how I do something. So the first thing I wanted to work with you guys was really like, well, how do we actually get the figure onto the page? Like where do we start? Where do we start? And I if you're having difficulty like drawing something, always remember you start like with the big idea first and small ideas later. You start with the largest masses first, and then smaller details later. One of the largest masses in the body is the human torso, and in animation they use this tool which is known as the flour sack. And the flour sack is a very good tool in terms of like, yes, putting a figure onto the page, so you can know like where the center of the body is. So the flour sack generally looks like this. Okay. There's our good friend, the flour sack. Now the flour sack is quite useful, and when applied properly, can be a very powerful tool. There are many variations on this. Some people call it a they make another one which they call like a bean, which also works. That works fine too. I've seen something that looks something like this. And that also works well. This of course obviously showing the rib cage, this obviously showing the pelvis, but animation they use the flour sack. If you notice that one, we have a sensation of weight because we know like gravity is going down like so, right? So obviously there's more weight on the bottom than there is on the top. You can tell that from here. And if we use that, like imagine, if this character or this figure had some feelings and was like feeling sad, right? Obviously, if he's feeling sad, things tend to go down. So, things are kind of drooping down like this, and right? And when you feel sad, like you tend to feel like things tend to sink into the ground. You don't feel like you want to go up or anything like that. You kind of like want to just go into a rock or something like that, right? Or if it was happy, obviously, it might, well, when you're happy, what you feel kind of lighter, don't you? You feel like you could fly, right? So you might get this kind of action like this. All right. And you see how the weight is going up. So now you might be asking like, well, okay, that's cute or whatever, but how do you take that and make it look like a person, right? It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult at all. So basically, the rice bag is just a modified form of the human torso. That's all it is. All right. Now, I didn't do it so literally as I did here before, but this is starting to look a little bit more like what we see like the human rib cage. And 2 points, we usually tend to look for, or we should keep in mind, are like like where are like the bottom of like the 10th ribs are, right? That's usually a good landmark for you in terms of like laying in like where where those points are, and obviously this will help you to make sure that you can use those that 10th rib as a turning edge as well. The pelvis is here. Okay, so this will be the top of the iliac crest. Okay, all right. And then basically, it's quite simple. I lay in the legs, like almost like a stick figure. No shame. Why not? You gotta start somewhere, right? Head going off this way. Okay. Okay. Hand. Like so. And I'll put a hand like this. Okay. By the way, number one, you notice that I'm keeping my lines very light. You don't want to draw so heavy in the beginning, because basically, you start small. You start small. You start light, and you build up on that, right? If you try to do everything all at once and try to make it perfect on the first line that you do, you're gonna trap yourself, okay? And you're not gonna have the freedom, to make alterations in your drawing. Number two, you notice that my lines tend to be like this. I don't draw straight lines like that, because in nature is organic and is moving. So, you don't want to you don't want to draw a figure like like a straight line like this, right? That's just not the way the human body works. Even if I turn it in space, like this, doesn't do anything. It's still, it's just a box, right? Things in nature, particularly the human body, are made up usually of complementary forces, right? Right. There are no forces acting upon this. These are just straight lines. But at the moment I do this, that, it starts to change, and then your eye tends to want to flow. It tends to like, well, your eyes are it's moving now for some reason, right? You just can't help it. You guys, your eyes are going like this now, right? Now, I mean, it's not this, but this does help. So you want to make sure that you want to have forces and rhythms informing your figure when you draw. Okay. Now I'm again, this is just very light. I'm just doing this so you guys can see like how you can how you can pull out a figure that you can work with. All right, there we go. Okay. No, I mean, look, this is nothing more than just a glorified stick figure. But it's this that's going to help us get to the next stage, which is actually being able to design this character as we see or as we need for whatever we're working with, right? Okay, one other thing I wanted to talk about is, that I give my example, but I want to show you an example of how the flour sack was being applied in animation. Give me 1 second. Let me, yeah, here. So these are some um, these are some pages from Walt Disney's Pinocchio, which was in 1940 or 19. No, it was before 19. But Bambi's 1940. But anyway, but I want to show you like how you can, we can actually pull out a character, or where we could find the flour sack in these characters. So if you look on the screen there, this picture of Stromboli from Disney's Pinocchio. So if you look at his body, particularly like where he's bent over, essentially, you have this huge, like bean-like shape that's going off in space, right? But guess what? That's our flour sack right there. That's our flour sack right there, right? All except it's just at a different angle, right? So I can take this shape here, and I can drop these legs down, like so. Okay, this foot is up like that. Okay. Of course, I'm not gonna. I don't know who did this model sheet. Might be Bill Teitler. And so this leg's coming out. Like that. Okay. It's the knee. This foot is coming here. Say like so. Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna say I can draw anywhere as good or as close as Bill Teitler, but I just want to show you, how this can work. All right. All right. Of course, using the belt to really be clear about in terms of like where the middle or where his pelvis should be. Okay, and his head is here. A little overlap here, and he's got this arm coming out and over like that. And coming over like so. And the hand. Now I'm just abbreviating. I'm not going to do the whole picture, of course not. But I hope you can see clearly. From here. Sorry, and then there's his vest, right? Okay, here, whatever. All right. All right. A little more overlap here. But that's how it's done. That's basically it. That's basically it. So now again, keep in mind that this is done for animation. And animation, it's really important to make sure that these large forms they read clearly, as they're moving, and your persistence of vision, is being stimulated by this whole thing, You know, they definitely they need those those big shapes actually. Now, if you know if you're drawing you know, for comics, you know, or you know, fine art or something like that, you know, yeah, you know, maybe you know there might be some other tools you might want to use. Okay, so again, here you can see the rice bag is in here, right? Basically, it was this. Okay, going up in space. It's going right, going that way. Okay. Okay, so of course, you know, add a little bit of anatomy here, of course, like, you know, the buttocks, like that, you know, the leg, etc., and you can be good to go from there. Let's go back to another example from Pinocchio. This is um, what's his name? Geppetto. Geppetto. It's Pinocchio's father. All right. So, you know, use this page here. So again, the rice bag, most likely, you know, they used. He laid us in with the rice bag. Some people, the rice bag doesn't always have to be always, you know, this perfect, you know, graphic shape. You know, I've seen variations on the rice bag. I've seen rice bags that you know, that they're a little bit thinner. Can you see that? It's a little small. I've seen, yeah, rice bags that are a little bit thinner. I've seen ones that are quite, you know, quite thick, kind of like Stromboli. You know, we had a while ago, even thicker than this. I've seen some, you know, that were some that were modified for the female figure. In other words, it's almost like a really like a pear shape, really like a pear shape, like that. But it's the same thing. Basically, it's the same thing. In terms of this drawing that built, I'm sorry, that it's not Bill Titler. It is probably what's his name? Oh, it'll come back. It'll come to me. It'll come to me in a moment. So I can't. I just know these names off the top of my head. Oh gosh. Anyway, the guy who started the animator strike, and he designed Goofy as well. Yeah, Art Babbitt. Okay, yeah. So when Art Babbitt, you know, laid this figure in. Okay, so look at here. Look at here, like the third picture over here, right? I'm gonna do my best. So so there it is, right? Obviously, you know, this is going into like that, right? So we know that the body is slightly coming forward. Okay. By the way, again, you notice again my lines tend to be as fluid as possible, not making any straight lines, any straight hard lines. That again, that is the kiss of death in terms of your drawings, right? There's his vest. Okay, pants. So you know, some folds in the pants. All right. Of course, his head is going that way because I guess she's. Actually, it's a very nice. It's a nice drawing that our Babbitt did. All right. I'm not out here to draw Geppetto. I'm just guys, just showing you guys like how, you know, how you can lay this in. Okay, and the hair, like that. Actually, where is this? I guess his glasses are kind of like that, and whatever he's saying something or the other. So you lying to me again? Good for nothing, kid. All right. It's all right. So there it is. All right. Yeah. So basically, you know, this is just a quick, you know, quick rough, but that's how you can lay it in, you know, if you know you need to draw a figure. I'll do one more. I'll use Pinocchio. I'll use Pinocchio himself, actually. This picture is a maquette of Pinocchio. Quite frankly, you know, if you look at all like Disney animated characters, they're all rice bags. They all basically have some variation of this shape. You know, just like a pear, or or a slightly modified rice bag or something like that. Whether it's Mickey Mouse or it's Rapunzel from Tangled, they all basically have this shape. You know, even and even the really huge characters, they're just modified versions of this. If you look at the even like the Beast, the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, he kind of has like, you know, this really big shape here for his torso, and then going like that because he's all his strength is up here. Of course, the head is here like that, you know, whatever, horns, you know, tail, and feet. Ooh, this is bad. but basically that's basically it, right? Arms will be here like that. But it's just a it's just a modified version of the rice bag, but it's turned in this way, right? So yeah, I mean, you're gonna see this a lot, and actually, in animation you see this a lot, and it is helpful, if you need to put something on the page, as quick as you can, Let's see if you guys can see this. So, all right, so here's my Pinocchio, okay, and here. So there it is. It's almost identical to this same shape that I did over here, right? All right. As quickly as possible, I like to put the legs down as soon as I can, because I want to know like where that weight is, where's that weight going, right? Because that's what's gonna ground it, to make it look real, or make it feel real anyway. Okay, head is here. And then okay. thing about, you know, about Pinocchio. It's a very well designed, very well designed character, actually, because he's always got that turning edge there in terms of like where his well, you know, he's made out of wood, right? So his belly here, and nose. Oops. Okay. This is the first time I've ever drawn Pinocchio, by the way. So, you know, cut me some slack. Okay. The whole point again, you know, I just want to demonstrate to you guys like how, you know, you can use this just to lay this in. Hair, his cap. Yeah. All right, you caught me. I'm gonna erase that. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, that's basically it. You know. Actually, I probably spent a lot more time than I should on this drawing, because and keep in mind that, you know, Pinocchio his design is almost the same that of like the mouse, which means that they are pretty much almost 3 heads high. I think Pinocchio is more like 3.5 heads high, but I won't hold it against him. Anyway, I'm just rambling here. But I hope this makes some sense to you guys. Let me see if I can round that off a little bit. Get a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, he's got those weird Fauntleroy shoulder pads. I don't know what those things are. Okay. I guess I should do that with the glove. All right. Again, cut me some slack. You know, this is my first time drawing Pinocchio. I did not set out to draw Pinocchio today, and I just wanted to show you how this can work. Okay. So it's very rough, but just want to show you, you know, how that can work. Gosh, even has like 2 buttons like Mickey Mouse. These guys. Shame on them. these eyes a little bit better. Okay. Anyway, I think you guys got the idea. How this works. Okay. So again, the whole point is, you know, to get something that you can work with, that you can design and, you know, manipulate for whatever it is that you know you need to draw for. Again, whether it's animation or comics or something like that. The rice bag is quite helpful. It's quite helpful. You know, it's not the end all. You know, it's not the answer to everything. Trust me, it's not. But it can definitely help you in terms of like getting something onto the page that you can work with. So this is a little bit straighter. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's me. Put a turning edge here, turning edge there for Pinocchio. So. Okay. Maybe just a little bit more on the eyes. Okay. Anyway, all right. So my point is that, you know, what you're looking at here, it just started with a shape like that. That's all I did. So, you know, you use the rice bag. You know, have fun with it. You know, again, play with it. Imagine like it's a character. You know, let it have you know, let it have life. You know, but you know, think of an emotion and try to get the rice bag to show that emotion. Imagine like the rice bag or the flour sack or whatever you want to call it. Imagine like that's your torso. And if you're going to show some emotion, and if you didn't have any arms and legs, like the flour sack, how would you show it, right? You know. Again, if you were sad, your shoulders will probably slump down, right? If you're happy, your shoulders will probably rise up, right? You know, if you were angry, you know, really angry, and you wanted to, you know, get at somebody, obviously, you know, if you're probably you're gonna lean forward as much as you can to make yourself a threat, you know, to that person, right? You know, this energy going forward like that, right? All right. Again, you know, you can all you got to do is just, you know, put a head on it, you know. That's all. Just put a head on it. You know, put a leg here and a leg here like that, and suddenly you got someone who's ready to fight. You know, or one thing for sure, this person is not having a good day. That's for sure. This person is not having a good day. So again, I just used a modified version of the flour sack, like that. Okay. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. And again, if this was helpful for you guys, please give me a like. If you thought it was, if you like this is useful, please like, subscribe, leave comments in the comment section. Ask me questions. If there's something you want to learn how to draw, I can show you, you know, and I'll be happy to take any of your questions. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you again in the next video. Okay. Thanks.